Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel, and we're going to bring you some more strategy baseball. And this is Game 2 of the 1978 American League Championship Series. What if the Red Sox beat the Yankees and went on to play the Kansas City Royals? Well, it happened. In our little scenario, the Red Sox defeated the Yankees in the one-game playoff 4-2. Jim Rice, player of the game, drove in all 4 runs. Had a solo home run, a 2-run homer, and a sacrifice fly, propelling the Red Sox to victory and a trip to Kansas City. Well, Red Sox took Game 1. They lead the series 1-0 in a thriller that went 11 innings. Game-winning hit by Fall River, Massachusetts native Jerry Remy. So let's move on to Game 2. Hope everyone's doing well on this Saturday. And once again, this is Strategy Baseball. It's a free baseball game. Link provided in the chat and also on the page. It is free to download and play. Seasons run from 1920 until 2017. And is brought to us by a great friend of the channel, Beatles Eternally. With stadiums loaded and a photo file ready to download. The lineups are brought to you today by another friend of the channel, Bart Ewing. He did the Kansas City Royals lineup after a few faux pas by myself and VPC. And he messaged me, so the lineup is brought to you by Bart Ewing. Thank you very much, Bart. Hope all is well. Hope you're able to enjoy this game. I do hope that I do defeat your Kansas City Royals, though. And let's move on to the lineups. For the visiting Boston Red Sox, they have a 1-0 lead, best out of 5. Leading off, playing shortstop, Rick Burleson. Batting second, the second baseman, Jerry Remy. Batting third, the designated hitter, Jim Rice. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Pudge, Carlton Fisk. Batting sixth, in center field, Freddie Lynn. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Dwight Evans. Batting eighth, playing first base, the boomer, George C. Scott. Batting ninth, playing third base, Jack Brohammer. For the Kansas City Royals, batting first, playing third base, George Brett. Batting second, out in left field, Clint Hurdle. Batting third, the center fielder, Amos Otis. Batting fourth, doing the catching, Darrell Porter. Batting fifth, that designated hitter, Hal McRae. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Al Collins, who, when I watched the stream over early this morning, as I critique all my mistakes, there's a few times I called him Dave Collins, and that is the basketball player, the former Celtic and Milwaukee Buck. So it's Al Collins, not Dave. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Pete Lecoq. Batting eighth, the little general, Freddie Patek. Batting ninth, playing second base, Frank White. This lineup was brought to you by, freaking allergies. I hate allergies. By Bart Ewing, friend of the channel. So thank you very much, Bart, for your input, and I wish you good luck. On the mound for the Kansas City Royals, Larry Gura. Gura, quality of pitch is 77 out of 100. Control 75, velocity 42. He maxes out around 86 miles per hour. 100 endurance. He's good for about 136 pitches. In 1978, Larry Gura had a 2.72 earned run average, 16 wins, 4 losses, no saves. Struck out 81, walked 60. Rick Burleson steps to the plate. He swaps spots with Remy, as he batted in a 2-spot yesterday. But with the lefty, we switch things around. So Burleson steps to the plate. Let's see if we do season totals, pitchers, splits. No, they don't keep the playoff totals. All right. We'll just keep it on today. Burleson, 61 contact, 23 power, 50 eye, 45 bunting ability, 78, 248 batting average, 49 ribbies, and 5 home runs. Porter wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch to Burleson. Game 2 is on its way. 1-2 count on Burleson. He swings, sends that to the right side. And that's going to deflect off Collins' glove. And Burleson goes cruising into second base. So some more tough luck outfield play for the Kansas City Royals. And that is going to be a 2-base error. That's a tough error on Collins. And here's Jerry Remy. Remy dropped down to the 2 slot from the leadoff position in yesterday's game. Lefty-lefty matchup. Remy struggled against lefties in 78. Jerry, 78 contact, 11 power, 53 eye, 83 bunting ability. Jerry batted .278, 44 homers, 2 home runs in 1978. He's going to be laying down the bunt here, sacrifice bunt to try to move Burleson over. He squares and is thrown out at first by Darrell Porter, but he does his J.O.B. Burleson's at third. A successful sacrifice bunt by Jerry Remy. So here comes Jim Rice, 1 out, runner at third. Red Sox hoping to jump out to an early 1-0 lead, if not more. Rice, 100 contact, 100 power, 65 eye, 63 bunting. MVP of 1978. Why? Well, I'll show you why. .315 batting average, 139 RBI, and 46 round trippers. Single-handedly beat the Yankees in the 1-game playoff in this retro replay using strategy baseball. Gura nods his head, the windup and the pitch to Rice. 1-2 count, Rice in the hole. And Rice jacks out a home run. Why we didn't see the ball go out, I don't know, but Rice destroys that pitch. 2-0 Red Sox. The run will be, a 2-run blast. Burleson scores from third, obviously. So Jim Rice strikes and strikes early, 2-0 Red Sox. Every once in a while in strategy baseball, it does that. I do not know why. So 1 out, base is clear for Captain Carl Yastrzemski, and the sounds of silence have entered this stadium. Yaz, 69 contact, 64 power, 99 eye, 49 on the bunt. In 78, and in his advanced years, he batted .277, 81 ribbies, 17 home runs. Bart Ewing's in the chat. How are you, Bart? Thank you for the lineup, my friend. I'm sorry. Rice just hit a 2-run homer. This is a free game, Bart. I know you've watched. It's a fun game, but every once in a while it does glitch where it did not show the animation. So 2-0. Runner at base is cleared, 1 out, and Yastrzemski's at the plate. Porter wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Yaz. Lefty-lefty matchup. 1-1 count. And Yastrzemski sends that through the left side, a blooper. And he's on with a single. And here comes Pudge, Carlton Fisk. Patek and White hoping to turn 2 up the middle. Gura struggling here in the first inning. Yaz takes his lead. Here's the pitch to Fisk. 1-2 count, Fisk in the hole. He strikes that ball. That ball's going out to center field. Otis going back, and he makes the running catch. Amos Otis absolutely outstanding in center field. Yaz retreats back to first, so 2 outs. And here's Freddie Lynn, Gold Dust twin. Him and Rice. Freddie Lynn, 1975 Rookie of the Year and MVP. Yaz will be off on contact. Porter puts the sign down. Here's the pitch to Lynn. Lefty-lefty matchup. 2-2 count for Lynn. And swing and a miss, strike 3. The Red Sox strike first on the 2-run blast by Jim Rice. We go to the bottom of the first, 2-0 Boston. In the chat, we have Bart Ewing. He set the lineup for the Royals. I made a couple of faux pas. One, I knew Hal McRae was the DH. I had thought I had switched it, and I didn't. And when I started the game, he was in left field, unfortunately. So that was one faux pas. I knew he DH'd. And when I was moving around things, I did not switch that. So, because I was adjusting the pitching rotation to what they actually pitched against the Yankees. So due up for the Royals, looking to get back into it right away. Brett, Hurdle, and Otis. Here's George Brett to lead off. Brett, 88 contact, 50 power, 59 eye, 87 on the bunt. And in 78, 294, 62 ribbies, 9 homers. Clinton Parks has joined us in the chat. How are you, my friend? Check out that wonderful channel. Hope all is well. Brett did hit first, Clinton. I checked lineups. Mr. Bart Ewing set the lineup. He's a Royals fan. If you look in Baseball Reference, he actually batted first in Game 2 against the Yankees. The lineup's similar to that, but Bart has some slight differences, but that's fine. We're here to have fun. And I appreciate Bart taking the time out and giving me the lineup that he would like to see, so that was pretty cool. Also, the issue yesterday when they had Busby pitch, which if you watched the video, anyone, you know I was like in shock that they brought in Busby. There is no other pitchers. Again, when you play it looks like when you play an exhibition, the computer sort of just sets. Most of the players were on that playoff roster. I don't believe Busby was on the playoff roster. I'm almost positive Busby was not on the playoff roster, but there were no other pitchers. I don't know why. So you don't have to worry about him pitching. He was tired, so I just sent him. I deactivated him. He wouldn't have been used, and if you're a Royals fan, you don't want to see him anyway. All right, so here's the pitch to Brett, trying to get things started for the Royals here in the bottom of the first, trailing by 2. Dennis Eckersley on the mound for the Red Sox. He won 20 games, over 20 games for the Red Sox in 78. Wish we had him in 77. We would have won the division with the way we mashed the ball. Quality of pitches, 59. Control, 77. Velocity, 70, which he maxes out around 92 miles per hour. Endurance, 141 pitches. In 1978, earned run average 2.99, 20 wins, 8 losses. He struck out 162, walked 71. Eck looking to give the Red Sox a 2-0 lead, as he has a 2-0 lead right now. Here's the pitch to Brett. Righty-lefty matchup. Brett swings at the first pitch. And he pops out to Jerry Remy as Eckersley came inside and jammed him. So 1 down. Here's Clint Hurdle. Hurdle playing left field. 62 contact, 48 power, 93 eye, 40 bunt. Hurdle in 78 batted .264, 56 ribbies, 7 home runs. Another left-handed batter that Eckersley will have to face in this lineup. Fisk wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch to Hurdle. 1 out, no one on. 0-2 count. Hurdle sends that ball to the left side, and that is driven. It splits Yastrzemski and later it will be a 1-out double. So Clint Hurdle comes through. Tying run comes to the plate, and Amos Otis Otis was the RBI machine for the Royals in 78. 80 contact, 75 power, 93 eye, 84 bunt. Otis batted .298, 96 ribbies, 22 home runs. One swing in the back and tie it up here for KC. Clinton Parks has on his channel. I haven't watched it yet. I got there just as you were ending your live stream, Clinton. Red Sox Yankees 1965 using National Pastime 3. So make sure you check that out and give Clinton a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's a very good channel, a very knowledgeable baseball fan, and a good guy. All right, here's the pitch to Amos Otis. 1 out, Hurdles at second. 3-1 count. And Otis works a walk. They pitch very carefully to Otis. So 1 out, 2 on. Burleson and Remy hoping to turn 2 and get Eckersley out of this mini jam. And here's the catcher, Darryl Porter. Porter, 63 contacts, 67 power, 99 eye, 39 bunt. In 1978, he batted .265, 18 home runs, 78 ribbies. Chance to add to that total. Hurdle and Otis take their respective leads at their bases. Eckersley with the high leg kick. Here's the pitch to Darryl Porter, another left-handed batter. He swings at the first pitch. Right side. Remy's up with it. Flips to Burleson. And they can only get one as Amos Otis goes hard into short. Into the shortstop, Burleson breaking up the double play. So 2 outs. Hurdle's at third. Porter's at first. And here's Hal McRae, the designated hitter. McRae, 73 contact, 58 power, 62 eye, 79 on the bunt. He will not be bunting now. .273 batting average. 16 homers, 72 runs batted in. Runners will be off on contact. Eckersley nods his head. Again, the big windup and the leg kick. Here's the pitch to Hal McRae. 1-1 pitch. McRae swings. Sends it to the right side. Remy's up with it, and he flips to Burleson for the force out of Porter. Side retired. We go to the top of the second. The Royals threaten but do not score. Eckersley pitches around it. Larry Gurra back out on the hill for the Royals. Let's go to the chat real quick. Clinton Park said, okay, broadcasted one this afternoon, weird plays. I look forward to seeing that one, Clinton. Like I said, I got there late to the live stream. And Bart Ewing is in the chat. Thank you very much, Bart. He says, the cover boy delivers. Yeah, that was a nice shot by Hurdle. They couldn't capitalize on that, though. So Gurra's got to settle down here. Gave up that 2-run homer to Rice. Thus the 2-0 lead. Here comes Dwight Evans. Evans, 52 contacts, 78 power, 90 eye, 43 bunt. I want to say he got hit in the head late in the year, or midway, or the second half of the year, because he did not play in the one-game playoff. In reality, he did come in to pinch hit. Clinton, if you could look that up, did he get beamed, or did I want to say he was injured. Now, we've made him okay for this. We're saying, like, he can play. Again, it's ha-has, make-believe, retro replay, what if. So, and he batted .247. He did have 24 home runs and 63 RBIs. And I got to look that up. I wanted to look that up today, and I forgot. So he's leading off the top of the second here. Porter sets the target. Here's the pitch from Gurra to Evans. 0-2 count. Evans in the hole. That ball's to the right side. Lecoq in foul territory, racing for it, and he makes the catch. Nice play by Pete Lecoq as he backhands the pop-up as he goes into the stands. 1 away. And here comes the boomer, George Scott. He knocked in a run in Game 1. The boomer coming to an end of his career in 78. 48 contact, 61 power, 76 eye, 37 bunt. Yesterday, you know, Al could not control his inner idiot. I'm talking about 1977, giving you the 78 stats, right? Going, well, he had a better year. And I'm making guesses at what he did, and it's right here, Al. Look. Duh. Because in 77, he batted .269, predominantly bashing left-handed pitching in 77. Was not stellar against right-handed pitching. 95 ribbies and 33 home runs. Look at the drop-off in 78. 12 homers, 54 ribbies, .233 batting average. And again, he had less at-bats, but he was not as good, and he's coming to the end of his career. So 1 out, no one on. Here's the pitch to the boomer. 1-1 count. Scott swings. And again, that's a pop-up, it looks like. Right side. That's going to carry a little more than I thought. Collins should make this catch, and he does. No error on Collins this time. That's Al Collins, not Dave Collins, as I called him a couple of times yesterday. Dave Collins being the former center for the Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks. 2 outs, base is empty for the number 9 batter, Jack Brohammer. Brohammer has assumed the third base position. Butch Hobson has been relegated to pinch hitting duties. Gura nods his head, the windup and the pitch to the left-handed batting Jack Brohammer. 2 outs, no one on. Top of the second, 2-0 Red Sox. Full count to Brohammer. And Brohammer sends that ball to the right side. Lecoq makes another catch and a pop-up. Side retired as Gura came high and tight to Jack. Go to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Red Sox. Due up for the Royals, Al Collins, Pete Lecoq, and Freddie Patek, the little general. Let's go to the chat real quick. Beatles Eternally has joined us. How are you, my friend? Magician extraordinaire, musician extraordinaire, moderator extraordinaire, and all-around fine fella. Soon to be knighted by the Queen. As Clinton Park says, Dewey, let me take a look. Bart Ewing, Dewey has to play. Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured if they really did win, that they would have worked him in the lineup. But I want to say he got beamed late in the year, and he was like a little groggy. He probably had concussion, that's what I remember. I didn't look it up, but that's what I remember. Beatles is doing a great teams tournament in Out of the Ballpark. 1935 Tigers just shut out the 1936 Yankees 3-0. Tommy Bridges struck out 9, only gave up 3 hits. Neither Garrick or DiMaggio got a hit, so Bridges shut the 36 Yankees down, and that is a powerful team, the 1936 Yankees. Thank you very much, Beetle, with that update. As always, we'd love to get updates from anyone who's watching, and I like to try to get to them. And we do a lot of that with Chat with Al. We might do a Chat with Al tonight, later on, I don't know. I might get souped up on coffee. All right, here's Al Collins. Collins, 76 contact, 31 power, 50 eye, 54 bunt. In 78, .274, 63 ribbies, 5 home runs, but 24 doubles and 8 triples. Good player, solid player. And then he would move on to the Angels in 80, then the Tigers, and he ended his career with the Mariners. Wow, he played a little longer than I thought. He played 86. He was on that 86 team. Not too many games, though. Oh, interesting. All right. Collins trying to get things started here in the bottom of the second. Eckersley nods his head. Again, the wind-up, the high leg kick. Here's the pitch to Collins. Collins, swing and a miss, strike 3. Wow. Eckersley blows him away. 1, 2, 3. One fastball after another. So 1 down. And Beatles, that's like a little glitch there. Again, I didn't update. I got to Skype you because I tried to update the game and it just didn't work yesterday. So here's Pete Lecoq. Made a couple of fine plays defensively at first in the top of the second. 92 contact, 48 power, 52 eye, 73 bunt. In 78, 295. I always remembered him as a good player. 295, so 77 and 78 his best seasons. 79, not too bad. 295 and 78, 48 ribbies, 5 home runs. 1 out, no one on. Eckersley faces another left-handed batter in this Kansas City Royal lineup. Fisk sets the target. Here's the pitch to Lecoq. 0-2 count. Lecoq gets a piece of it and pops it out. Scott calls out Remy, so Eckersley came in high and tight on the 0-2. So 2 up, 2 down for the Royals. It's up to the little general, Freddie Patek. Patek was a hitting machine yesterday. The problem was his base running not so good. Picked off and thrown out. Picked off at first, thrown out trying to steal second. Patek, 56 contact, 11 power, 69 eye, 73 bunting ability. Batted .248, 46 ribbies, 2 home runs. And as Beatles knows, started out as a Pittsburgh Pirate in 1968. Patek trying to keep the line going. Here's the pitch to the little general from Eckersley. 1-2 count, Patek in the hole. And Patek sends that ball popped up to the left side, and Brohammer makes the catch, side retired. Eckersley and Gura really coming in high and tight in these early innings. Lots of pop-ups. Top of the third, 2-0 Red Sox. Due up for Boston to face Larry Gura. The top of the order, Burleson, Remy, and Rice. Let's go to the chat real quick. Bart Ewan says about Al Collins, Collins wasn't the same after he was beamed in the head. I did not know that, Bart. As Beatles says, anytime you want, my friend, regarding, I had an issue I was trying to update the other day, and I think that might get rid of some of these little glitches, because I was reading about the update, and it gets rid of some of the glitches. Clinton Parks was kind enough to I asked about Dwight Evans. I remembered in 70, I believe he had gotten beamed in 78, and Clinton Parks says in the chat, Dewey got beamed August 28th, did not play 6 out of the last 7 games. Says he said he couldn't remember what he was talking about in the middle of sentences. Clinton Parks says it caught up to him, apparently pitched hit twice instead of giving him time. Now they have the 10-day DL. Right, so he did get beamed. I remembered that. I remembered he got hit in the head. So we're just going to assume he was okay to play for this. He wanted to play, and he's playing. So here's Rick Burleson. Burleson's 0 for 1 today. Gura is ready to work. The windup and the pitch to the Rooster. 3-1 count in favor of the Rooster. And he walks, laid off that pitch. So Burleson's at first. Jerry Remy, who sacrificed Burleson over to third after the 2-base error by Collins, is at the plate. And we're going to, again, Remy really struggled against left-handed pitchers. We're going to sacrifice again. A little small ball here. Remy squares to put the sacrifice bunt down. And it's Porter has it once again. Throws to first. They get Remy. But Burleson advances. So Jerry Remy once again advances Burleson into scoring position with a bunt. Last time second to third. This time first to second. Here comes the man of the hour, Jim Rice. He is 1 for 1. He hit the 2-run homer in the top of the first. First base is open. What will they do? Yastrzemski's on deck. Rice digs in, looking to tee it high and let it fly once again. Porter sets down the signals. Pounds the mitt, sets the target. Here's the pitch from Gura to the 1978 MVP Jim Rice. 0-2 count, Rice in the hole. He swings, and hard shot. Patek backhands it and throws to Lecoq for the out. Burleson was huge jump, breaks from second to third as Patek went deep in the hole. And Burleson saw that Brett was not covering up quickly enough at third. He advanced, so 2 outs. Burleson 90 feet away. And the Red Sox tacking on another run. And here's Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz is 1 for 1 today. He singled. Gura looks in. Nods his head. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch to Captain Carl. Yastrzemski swings at the first pitch. Pops it up, foul territory. Brett's there, and he makes the catch. Side retired. Gura pitches around. Burleson at third. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Red Sox. Due up for the Royals. White, then the top of the order, Brett and Hurdle. Let's go to the chat quickly. Beatles Eternally says, trivia. Pittsburgh Pirates were the first to use batting helmets. Well, you gave us the answer, Beatles. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So the Pittsburgh Pirates were the first to use batting helmets. What year, Beatles? What year? Clinton Parks. Zimmer kept him playing instead. Evans batted 163 from August 28th to September 24th. He was in definite trouble. Beatles attorney. Zimmer was not always the sharpest pencil in the box. No, that's why he's called the gerbil. I know Jerry Ball disagreed with me last night. God rest Don Zimmer's soul, not a stellar manager. Just my opinion. Here's Frank White. Frank White, second base, 78 contact, 45 power, 46 eye, 55 bunting ability. And White in 78 batted 275, 7 homers, 50 ribbies. He's trying to get things started. Eckersley nods his head. Again, the high leg kick. Here's the pitch to White. 1-0 count. White swings that bat. Left side. Past the dive of Brohammer. A leadoff single. And that's what kills us here. Brohammer has range of 32 out of 100. Again, if you hit it within his range, he's going to make the play. He's got 95 hands. Defensive ability if you hit it to him. So the tying run comes to the plate. Leadoff batter George Brett. And Brett is 0 for 1. White takes his lead at first. Eckersley deals to Brett, trying to tie this game up. One swing of the bat. Brett over to Scott, who flips to Eckersley, covering the bag. No chance at 2 as the boomer makes the diving play, robbing Brett of a double down the line. So White's at second. He's in scoring position for Clint Hurdle. Hurdle doubled his first time up. Can he do it again? We shall see. Eckersley stares in. Fisk sets the target. Here's the pitch to Clint Hurdle. 2-2 count on Hurdle. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hurdle missed the high fastball. So 2 outs. White's at second. Will be off on contact. And here comes Amos Otis. Otis walked his first time up. They pitched very carefully to Amos. And it was almost like a pitch around. He did not chase. Porter's on deck. Otis represents the tying run at the plate. Fisk wiggles the fingers. Eckersley nods his head. Here's the pitch to Amos Otis. 2 outs. White will be off on contact. 1-1 pitch. Otis swings the bat. Left side. Brohammer backhands it. Fires to Scott for the out. Side retired. Otis could not get that ball past Jack Brohammer. Again, not the best range over there, but it was close enough where he could get to it. And if he's going to get to it, he will field it and throw the runner out. That's why Hobson's not there. So we go to the top of the fourth, still 2-0 Boston. Clinging to that 2-run lead that Rice gave them with a 2-run blast in the top of the first. Due up for the Red Sox, Fisk, Lynn, and Evans to face Larry Gura. Fisk is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Gura. Full count to Fisk. And Fisk works a walk. Leadoff runner on. Here's Freddie Lynn. Lynn is 0 for 1. He struck out against the lefty, Larry Gura. Podtek and White looking to turn 2 up the middle. Fisk takes a very slight lead at first. Gura nods his head. Porter sets the target. Here's the pitch to Freddie Lynn. 1-2 count. Lynn in the hole. Left side. Hurdle's there. And he makes the catch in left field. So Lynn tries to go the other way, but that's an out. So 1 out. Dwight Evans at the plate recovering from being beamed. Still doesn't look really tremendously steady, but he said he wanted to play. Lecoq holding Fisk on. Here's the pitch to Dewey. 1 out, 1 on. 0-1 count. Evans swings the lumber. And that's a pop-out to Brett as Gura came high and tight once again. Both these pitchers have been coming high and tight, inducing a lot of pop-ups. So 2 outs, and here's the boomer, George Scott. He is 0 for 1. Fisk will be off on contact. Gura toes the rubber, peers in at Porter. He deals to Scott. 1-0, Scott swings. That's a shot. And Otis makes the diving catch in left center field, robbing the boomer of extra bases. Side retired. Fisk might have been able to score from first on that as he was off on contact. What a play by Amos Otis in center. To the tremendous applaud of the Royals fans here in Kansas City. Go to the bottom of the fourth, 2-0 Red Sox. Let's go to the chat. Beatles Eternally says, in the 1950s, I don't recall the exact year about Pittsburgh being the first team with helmets. Beatles Eternally says, Clint Hurdle, current Bucks manager. You are correct, Beatles. Dennis Eckersley will face Porter, McRae, and Cowens. Porter's 0 for 1. Again, a left-handed batter that Eckersley has to face. The high leg kick. Here's the pitch to Porter. 1-2 count, Porter in the hole. Sends that ball to Burleson. Line drive, 1 away. Burleson didn't have to move. Porter hit it hard, but unfortunately right at the rooster. 1 out, base is empty for the designated hitter, Hal McRae. He is 0 for 1. McRae, 58 out of 100 power. Fisk wiggles the fingers. Eckersley nods his head. And here's the pitch to Hal McRae. 3-1 count, hitter's count. And McRae works a walk, did not chase the high fastball. He laid off of it. Tying run comes to the plate in Al Collins. McRae, an excellent base runner, 97 out of 100. And Al Collins, the right fielder, is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Scott holding McRae on. And Eckersley with that high leg kick. McRae could be off and running. Here's the pitch to Collins. And McRae attempted to steal second. He's out! Wow! The base running has not been stellar for the Kansas City Royals, and that will not make Bart Ewing in the chat happy. Wow, wow, that's all I can say. McRae, I think his hesitation as the ball was in the dirt, his hesitation, if he went right away, he probably would have stole it. So Fisk throws him out. 2 outs, base is empty, as you can see, in the dirt. So Fisk blocked it, and McRae hesitated. Here's the pitch to Al Collins trying to get things going again. 3-2 count. Collins, and he lines to shallow left center. Yastrzemski makes the running catch. Side retired. Captain Carl, after all these years, still stellar in left. Top of the fifth, 2-0 Red Sox. Gura on the mound. He's gone 4 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. The 2-run blast by Rice. He's walked 2, struck out 1. He'll face Brohammer in the top of the order, Burleson and Remy. As Bart Ewing says, no one can steal in this game. I'm starting to believe you, Bart. I have found that in my 88, I played a couple of games during the 88 season. And again, this is a free game, very fun. If you're able to download it, I recommend it. What's the worst thing that can happen? You don't like it, you uninstall it. I found that hit and runs work. Of course, you want the batter to hit the ball, but yeah, I've not seen much success. Not that I steal too much with my 88 Red Sox, but I've not seen much success with stealing. Something we might want to bring up to the developer. All right, here's the pitch to Brohammer from Gura. 1-2 count, Brohammer in the hole. And he strikes out, swing and a miss, off-speed pitch way out in front. One down, the top of the order, the Rooster, Rick Burleson. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Righty-lefty matchup. Gura, the lefty on the mound, facing the Rooster, the righty at the plate. Porter goes through the sign, sets the target. Gura rocks and fires. 0-1, Burleson swings. And he's jammed. And Hurdle comes in to make the catch. For out number 1, was it? Yeah, it was Hurdle. I think it was Hurdle. Anyway, we're going to give the out to Hurdle. Alrighty. 2 outs, base is empty for the Jerry Remy Fall River, Massachusetts native. Game-winning hit in Game 1 in extra innings. Here's the pitch to the Rem Dog. 1-2 count, Remy in the hole. Swing and a miss, strike 3, fastball right by him. Remy's struggles against left-handed pitching continue in 78 in this American League Championship Series. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 2-0 Red Sox. Eckersley back out on the hill. He's gone 4 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He'll face Pete Lecoq, Freddie Patek, and Frank White, the bottom third of this Royals lineup. Go to the chat quickly. Bart Ewing asks, the computer manager always goes on first pitch. Is that part of it? Beatles, I believe, is answering. I've had good success with steals. I mostly play National League, and the National League always outpaced the American League in steals. That's a good question. We're going to keep an eye on the stealing thing, because I find it kind of interesting. It's strange to me. I mean, again, you know, the ball was in the dirt, so the way I imagine it, McRae didn't go right away, then decided to go. And that's how he got thrown out. But we're going to keep an eye on that. All right. Eckersley. He's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Pete Lecoq. 1-2 count. Lecoq pops out to Remy. Again, a lot of high and tight pitches. Both Gura and Eckersley really jamming these batters. 1 away. Here's the little general, Freddie Patek. He is 0 for 1. Fisk pounds a mitt, sets the target. The pitch to Patek. 1-2, he's in the hole. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Eckersley comes high and tight. Patek didn't make any contact. So 2 outs, base is empty. Number 9 batter, Frank White, he is 1 for 1. He singled. If he gets on, George Brett would represent the tying run at the plate. Brett in the on-deck circle. White digs in. He awaits the Eckersley offering. Here's the pitch, homeward bound. 0-1, White swings the lumber. Pop-up, foul territory. Scott makes the catch towards the dugout side. Retired again. Eckersley comes in high and tight. They got to start laying off those pitches. Top of the 6th, 2-0 Boston. Gura will face his nemesis, Jim Rice. The 2-run homer in the top of the 1st has held up so far. Then Yastrzemski and Fisk. Gura deals to Rice. 1-0, Rice swings. Drives that ball. Gone! Left center field, destroying that inside fastball. As the Boo Birds come out here in Kansas City, it is 3-0. Rice repeating his effort as he did against the Yankees in the one-game playoff. He has now homered twice, and he has driven in 3 runs for the Red Sox, all 3 runs. And here's Carl Yastrzemski. Here's the pitch to Yaz. Yaz is 1 for 2. 1-2 count. Yastrzemski. He's in the hole. And he's jammed. That's a sky-high pop-up near the pitcher's mound. Who's going to call for it? That's going to be the interesting thing. Bringing rain. And Lecoq calls off Porter, and he makes the catch for 1 down again. Gurr and Eckersley really jamming these batters. The only batter who hasn't been jammed is Jim Rice, the 1978 MVP. So here's Fisk. He awaits the Gurr offering. Here's the pitch. 2-0 count. Fisk swings. And that ball is knocked down by White, and then he hits a throwing error as the faux pas by the Royals continue. The ball is thrown into the dugout. White seemed to have plenty of time, but he rushed his throw. Went into the dugout. Fisk winds up at second. That is the second error by the Royals. And here's Freddie Lynn, 1 out. Fisk in scoring position. Gurr is just shaking his head on the mound. I can hear Bart Ewing shaking his head in the chat. Here's the pitch to Freddie Lynn. Lynn swings at the first pitch from Gurr, and he is jammed. Outfield grass. Collins calls off White. He makes the catch. Fisk bluffs but does not go. That would have been suicide to try to tag up from there on Collins' arm. Collins has 100 out of 100 arm. Excellent defensive right fielder, Al Collins. So 2 outs. Fisk at second will be off on contact. Here's Dwight Evans. Evans is 0 for 2. Gurr kicks and fires. 1-1 pitch to Evans. Evans swings, line shot, and a leaping catch by Patek retires the side. But the Red Sox get another one on the solo blast to left center by Jim Rice. Eckersley now has a 3-run lead, bottom of the 6th, top of the order for the Royals. They have to get busy. Brett, Hurdle, and Amos Otis. Brett is 0 for 1. And Brett asks for time. Steps back in the box. He's ready to grip and rip. Here's the pitch from Eck to Brett. 1-2 count on George Brett. Brett sends it to the left side, and Burleson catches the pop-up. They continue to jam these batters, Gurr and Eckersley. Again, the only batter to have success, Jim Rice. 1 out, and here's Clint Hurdle. He is 1 for 2. He has struck out and doubled. On deck, Amos Otis. The high leg kick from Dennis Eckersley. Here's the pitch to Clint Hurdle. 1-1 count. Hurdle swings the lumber. And that's a fly ball. And Freddie Lynn comes in and makes the catch in center. So 2 down. Base is empty for Amos Otis, who made a fabulous diving catch early in the game, robbing Yastrzemski of extra bases. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Eckersley works quickly. He deals to Amos Otis. 2-1 count, hitters count. Otis swings, and that's past the dive of Brohammer into left field. The organ is playing bum 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 charge. And here's Darryl Porter. Porter's 0 for 2, the Royals catcher. On deck, the tying run, Hal McRae. Another left-handed batter that Eckersley has to face. Otis with tremendous base running ability at first. 100 out of 100. Here's the pitch to Porter. And Amos Otis steals the base. So he's in scoring position. Tremendous jump off Eckersley. Eckersley had that high leg kick. So Amos Otis is safe. And a strike was called. Throw was late by Fisk. But they get that. Otis gets that stolen base off Eckersley. So maybe the base running faux pas have now turned in the favor of the Royals. Eckersley rubs up the baseball, back up on the hill, peeks over his shoulder. Burleson cheats towards the bag, trying to keep Otis honest. Here's the pitch to Porter, 2 outs, 2-2 count. Porter sends that ball to left field, and Yastrzemski makes the running catch. Side retired. Royals threaten but do not score. We go to the top of the 7th, 3-0 Boston. Gurr still on the mound. 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. He's walked 2, struck out 3. Of those 3 hits, 2 of them by Jim Rice. A solo shot and a 2-run homer. All the scoring that the Red Sox have gotten. Here's Scott, Brohamer, and Burleson to face Gura. The Boomer's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Scott. 0-1. The Boomer swings. And he's jammed. And Hurdle makes the catch in shallow left as he calls off Patek. 1 away. The number 9 batter, Jack Brohamer, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Steps to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch to Brohamer from Gura. Brohamer swings at the first pitch. And he doubles to right center field as he guessed right. Off-speed pitch, he guessed right. He was sitting on it. So a 1-out double. 3-0 Red Sox. Brohamer's in scoring position. Not fast at all. Only 14 out of 100. Here's Rick Burleson, the Rooster. Will the Rooster crow? We shall see. Here's the pitch from Gura. 2-2 count on Burleson. Burleson swings. Back to Gura, who throws to Lecoq after looking Brohamer back to the second base bag. So 2 outs, and here's Jerry Remy. Red Sox second baseman has a sacrifice bunt. Actually has 2 sacrifice bunts. He's 0 for 1. He struck out once. Brohamer will be off on contact. He'll need all those extra steps. Brohamer not very fast. Here's the pitch to Remy. 3-1 count. Remy swings. And he checked. Ball 4. And here comes the man of the hour, Jim Rice. 2 for 3, 2 home runs. He's driven in all 3 runs. A 2-run blast in the first, a solo shot in the 6th. Yastrzemski on deck. Can Rice get number 3? Here's the pitch to Rice. 2 outs, 2 on. Runners off on contact. 1-2 count. Rice in the hole. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. High fastball, and Rice chased. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Royals. Eckersley still 94%. So he's still in total control. Stamina very good. He's gone 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 3. He will face Hal McRae, Al Collins, and Pete Lecoq. Let's go to the chat. Brian Ritchie's entered the chat. And if you don't know who Brian Ritchie is, he's APA Replay on Twitter. I suggest you follow him. He's doing the 1985 tournament he's having with APA. It's a lot of fun. I follow him. I read the little summaries he does. Good job. Thank you for joining us, Brian. Bart Ewing says, walked Remy to get to Rice. Not good, but he struck out Rice. Rice single-handedly beat the Yankees, and now it looks like he could possibly single-handedly beat the Royals here in Game 2. As Brian Ritchie says, big K for Gura. Yes, it was. They need to get their bats going. They've had opportunities. It seems both pitchers have really a lot of pop-ups, so I'm assuming they're jamming batters. So McRae, 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch to Hal McRae from Eckersley. 1-0 count. McRae swings. And that's a line shot that's going to drop in front of Yastrzemski. Played it safe. McRae got thrown out trying to steal second. Ball in the dirt. Fisk blocked it. It didn't get far enough away. McRae hesitated, and then he went and was thrown out. Here's Al Collins. The right fielder's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Burleson and Remy looking to turn 2 up the middle. It's going to be tough. McRae, a tremendous base runner at first, even at the age of 35. Eckersley takes a peek to first. And now here's the pitch to Collins. And again, McRae steals second on that high leg kick of Eckersley. So thrown out once, and now he has 2 stolen bases. McRae 2 for 3 in the theft department. Collins, opportunity here to put the Royals on the board. Again, Eckersley peeks over his shoulder. And it's Remy trying to keep McRae close now. Here's the pitch to Al Collins. 0-2 count. Strike 3 swinging. Fastball by him. Eckersley really jammed it inside. Collins swing and a miss. So 1 out. McRae's at second for Pete Lecoq. He is 0 for 2. Eckersley takes a breath. The windup and the pitch to Lecoq. McRae's at second, 1 away. Lecoq swings, and that is into left field. McRae is held up at third. They're down 3. Yastrzemski, a tremendous arm in left, charged the ball well. Red Sox start to have some milling in their bullpen. Campbell is unavailable. Stanley is questionable as they pitched in the extra inning game. So McRae's at third, Lecoq's at first, 1 out. Freddie Patek, the little general at the plate. Tremendous game 1 hitting-wise. Not base running-wise, though. Picked off and thrown out stealing. Hasn't been the same. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Red Sox will give up the run to get the outs. Double play gets him out of the inning. Lecoq takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch to Patek. 1-0 count. The little general swings. And he's jammed. That ball is going to carry to the outfield. Looks like foul territory. Evans on the run. He makes the catch. And McRae is held up. As Evans also has a tremendous arm. And it was only about 297 feet away. It's up to Frank White. The Royals cannot squander this opportunity. 2 outs. Runners on the corners. They will be off on contact. White 1 for 2. Eckersley, the windup, the high leg kick, the pitch to White. 2 outs, 2 on, 3-0 Red Sox, 1-1 count. White pops out to Brohammer. No, to Burleson. He calls off Brohammer. Side retired. Eckersley pitches out of the jam. The 20-game winner getting it done here in Game 2. And Larry Gurra wished that Jim Rice didn't play today because other than Rice, Gurra's getting it done. Top of the 8th, 3-0 Red Sox. Gurra back out on the hill. 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all produced by Jim Rice's 2 home runs. Gurra will face Yastrzemski, Fisk, and Lynn. Yaz 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to Captain Carl. 1-2 count, Yaz in the hole. And Yastrzemski lines a double over Otis's head. And he winds up at second to start off the top of the 8th. And here's Carlton Fisk. Pudge is 0 for 2 with a walk. As Brian Ritchie in the chat says, don't run on Dewey. And Beatles says, Al Crash told me to tell you he'll be fixing the crowd noise too loud issue. Cool. Thank you. Tell him we're enjoying the game. Tell him thank you very much. It's a free game. Has its little faux pas, but it's very fun. Gotta take a sip of iced tea. So thank Crash. Thank him very much. I don't think... I'm not going to bunt. I'm just curious. I'm not going to bunt with Fisk anyway. Yeah, 52. Odds are he's going to bunt into a freaking double play. I would like to move the runner over. We have Lynn up, but Lynn lefty-lefty. Lynn's been unsuccessful. We'll go with Fisk. Yaz is in scoring position already. Here's the pitch from Gurra to Fisk. No outs, runner at second. Fisk swings at the first pitch. Ball goes to right field. It drops in front of Collins. Yastrzemski, 36 speed. Collins, 100 arm. We will go 90 feet and stop. So runners on the corners. No outs, and here's Freddie Lynn. The Gold Dust twin, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He'd like to get the ball somewhere in the outfield, but Hurdle has, you want to hit it to Hurdle. He has a weak arm in left. Otis has 100 arm, same as Collins. So Lynn will try, if he gets 2 strikes, I would think he'd try to punch the ball the other way. We'll find out if they're going to play. I would assume they're going to play the infield in. Here's the pitch to Lynn. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gurra high and tight. Lynn whiffs for the second time. 0 for 4 with 2 Ks now. And here comes Dwight Evans with 1 out. Yastrzemski at third. Fisk at first. Not a lot of base running there. Evans digs in, ready to grip and rip. Porter sets the target. Here's the pitch to Dewey. Evans swings at the first pitch. And that is a high fly ball out to right field. Collins makes the catch. And with 2 outs, Yastrzemski will... Scott's up next. But Yastrzemski's a dead duck if he runs. Again, Collins has a tremendous arm. Yastrzemski will stay pat. Now it's up to the boomer. So Gura, after giving up a double and a single, has gotten the next 2 batters. Strike out, fly out in the shallow right. And it's up to the boomer, George Scott. He did knock in a run yesterday. Porter wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Here's the pitch to the boomer from Gura. 2 outs, 2 on. Full count to Scott. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A big swing by the boomer. Side retired. Gura pumps his fist. The crowd starts cheering. They want the bats to start going, though. Bottom of the 8th. The Royals have to get going at the plate. They're down 3-0. And it's the top of the order. Brett, Hurdle, and Otis. Eckersley cruising along. 7 innings, 5 hits. He's had a couple of jams, but he's worked out of them. Coming high and tight to batters a la Gura. Again, Jim Rice has been the only chink in Gura's armor, but it's a chink that's knocked in 3 runs on 2 homers. Eckersley's walked 2, struck out 4. Brett is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to George Brett. 1-1 count. Brett swings. That ball goes to left field, and it drops in front of Yastrzemski. Sinking line drive. Brett's on. Tremendous base runner. And here's Clint Hurdle. Hurdle 1 for 3. He has doubled and struck out. And we're going to go pitch out here. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to immediately pitch out. Doesn't always work as a pitch out. So we're going pitch out. And even with a pitch out, Brett steals second. As that high leg kick by Eckersley is just death on Fisk. No, even with the pitch out, Brett easily sails into second base. As a throw from Fisk, who tried to quickly get it off, was high. Burleson saved it from going into center. So Brett's in scoring position, no outs, and Clint Hurdle digs back in at the plate. It was a strike call. How is it a strike call? We went pitch out. Anyway, that's kind of strange. Doesn't really matter. Here's the pitch to Hurdle, 0-2. And Hurdle pops out to Remy. And Remy drops the ball! Oh, boy! Oh, boy, oh, boy! Wow! Remy drops the pop-up. Brett advances to third as Remy drops it on the outfield grass. And he got far enough away from him, not that far, but far enough that Brett, an excellent base runner, took off and went to third. Oh, boy. Hurdle's on first. Brett's at third. This is an opportunity for Amos Otis to tie this ball game up. That's the first error on the Red Sox. The Royals have committed 2. Otis drove in 96 runners in 78, along with 22 home runs. One swing of the bat, we have a tie ball game, and this stadium will explode. Red Sox will give up the runner at third to turn 2. Burleson and Remy cheat in the middle a bit. Here's the pitch to Amos Otis. Full count to Otis. Ball hit to the right side. And making the running catch is Evans. Brett bluffs but does not go. Oh, Amos Otis. The sinking line drive. Evans comes flying in. Tremendous outfielder Dwight Evans makes the catch, robbing Otis of an RBI. So 1 out. Runners on the corners for the catcher, Darryl Porter. He has had no success against Eckersley. 0 for 3. Again, the Red Sox have Milling up in their bullpen, but there's really no one better than the Eck in that bullpen. The high leg kick from Eckersley. Here's the pitch to Porter. 1-0 count. Porter swings. And that's going to be a single to left center field, and the Royals are on the board. Why is Hurdle going to third? That is asinine. Freddie Lynn is going to throw him out by 10 miles. Yes, we're going to throw. And out is Hurdle. Really, that is awful base running. Awful base running. Wow. And they just ran themselves out of an inning, the Royals. Wow. Freddie Lynn guns out Hurdle by a year. As Brohammer applies the tag, he tried to go first to third. The third base coach should be fired. So now here's Hal McRae. Porter does come through. And Kansas City Royals fans have to be shaking their head. All right. Eckersley now 1 out from getting out of this jam. Again, the base running blunders continue for the Royals on the base paths in these first 2 games. Here's the pitch to McRae. 3-1 Red Sox. Full count to McRae. And McRae sends that ball foul down the left field line, and Yastrzemski makes the catch near the stands. Side retired. Good job by Captain Carl. And Willie Wilson's come in to replace Clint Hurdle, who must be getting an earful in the dugout from the manager on why he went first to third on a ball hit to left center field that was only a single. And Freddie Lynn has a cannon for an arm. All right, top of the 9th. Gurra has to keep it a 2-run deficit. He'll face Brohammer, Burleson, and Remy. Beatles Eternally says, just a reminder that the manager for the team can be modified. Well, I'm going to have to go in and modify that. I didn't know that. I just thought it'd be logical. So again, this is for ha-has. I mean, I will go in and adjust that. I mean, you would not send Clint Hurdle. I mean, I even said it. Why would you send? I wish I could have stopped it. I'm not going to give him third base because there's no way he should be going. Be thrown out by a mile, which he was. So I'm going to have to, again, we're learning things. We haven't played this, it's a free game. We're learning, and this is just for fun. So I will go in and I'll look at that later and modify. Maybe we can put, like, if runners are a certain speed, that they should go for an extra base. I would think 70, or there must be some sort of average where, you're not going to run on Freddie. You're not going to run on the Red Sox arms in 78. You're just not. Yaz, Lynn, and Evans, you're not running on them in the outfield. Unless the ball's deep and stuff like that. All right, Jack Brohammer 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a double. Here's the pitch to Brohammer. 1-0 count. Brohammer swings. That ball's to the left side, out to Willie Wilson, and he makes the catch. So the defensive replacement sees action right away, a flyout. 1 down, top of the order, Rick Burleson. The Rooster is 0 for 3 with a walk. The windup and the pitch from Gurra. 1 out, top of the 9th, 1-2 count, Burleson in the hold. Ground ball, past the dive of Brett, and Burleson gets his first hit. He's now 1 for 4. Jerry Remy steps to plate 0 for 1. He has 2 sacrifice bunts. He has struck out once and walked. Here's the pitch to the Rem Dog. He's also made an error. That cost the Red Sox a run, 3-2 count. Remy's jammed. That's a shallow fly ball, and White makes the catch. Outfield grass behind the second base bag for out number 2. These pitchers have been going high and tight to these batters. So 2 outs, and here's Jim Rice. Rice, 2 for 4, 2 home runs. He's driven in all 3 Red Sox runs. Burleson will be off on contact, and John Waffin's at first base now. Here's the pitch to Rice. 2 outs, Burleson running on contact. Rice swings at the first pitch. Ball goes to left field. And Wilson cuts it off, preventing it a double. Burleson, 35 speed. Willie Wilson, 60 arm. We'll hold Burleson. Station to station will go. So 2 outs, 2 on. Here's Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz is 2 for 4 with a double. 3-1 Red Sox. The lefty Gura deals to the left-handed batting Yastrzemski. Runners off on contact. 2-2 count. Yaz swings. Ball shot to the right side. That drops in front of Cowens. Burleson 35 arm off on contact. Cowens 35 speed for Burleson. Cowens 100 arm. On deck is Fisk. Again will hold. Station to station go the Red Sox. Very slow. This is not a stellar track team here. 35 speed, 36 speed, 36 speed. Could this be Gura's last batter? We shall see. Here's the pitch to Fisk. 2 outs, bases juiced. 2-2 count. Fisk swings. Ball to the right side. White makes the play. Flips to off inside. Retire. The Red Sox lead them loaded. As someone for the Red Sox in real life just homered. I can't see who. Is that Benintendi? Yep, Benintendi, 8th home run. Andrew's getting hot. Bottom of the 9th, last chance effort. I wonder if I can change that now. Probably can't. Definitely going to go into the, check that out. And once I figure that out, we'll do a little video for everyone to make sure. Beatles says you can also import historical managers. I did not know that. Beatles says manager customization is very easy. Look up page 40 of the manual. Okay, I shall do that. Again, we're all learning along. Please don't take any offense with these games. This is a retro replay. It's for ha-has. It's, you know, so it's nothing against Royal fans or anything like that. We're all learning the game. So Collins, Wathan, and Patek. Eckersley will try to go for the complete game victory here. He's up by 2. Al Collins 0 for 3, and he's struck out twice. The windup and the pitch from the Eck. 1-1 count. Collins swings. And that ball is scooped up by Burleson. He throws to Scott. 1 away. John Wathan comes to the plate. He replaced Pete Lecoq late in the game. As the organist plays charge, Wathan. Let's take a look at John Wathan. 88 contact, 31 power, 18 eye, 55 bunt. He's not bunting. And he batted 300. He only had 190 at-bats, but that's not bad. 67 games, 2 homers, 28 ribbies. I always liked John Wathan as a player. He could catch, play first. He might even play a little third at times, but I know he could catch and play first. Trying to get the comeback going here. 1 out, no one on. Here's the pitch from Eckersley to Wathan. Wathan swings at the first pitch. He tries to drag a bunt, and he lays a beauty down. Past Eckersley, Remy had no play at it, so a bunt single. Just as I said, I don't think he's going to bunt. He drags one down the first base line. So 1 out, 1 on for Freddie Patek. The little general 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Well, I don't think we have to worry about Wathan stealing. 31. The high leg kick from Eckersley. Here's the pitch to Patek. 1-0 pitch. Freddie Patek swings the bat. And that ball is going out to right field. Evans has a beat on it. Keeps going back, and he makes the catch. That carried a little better than he thought. So 2 outs. Wathan will be off on contact. Tying run at the plate. Frank White. White is 1 for 3. White 45 out of 100 power, so that's below average. And he had 7 home runs in 78. On deck, George Brett, and that's where you want to keep him, in the on-deck circle if you're a Red Sox fan. The windup and the pitch to White. Can White keep the Royals alive? 2 outs, 3-1 Red Sox. 0-2 count on White. He pops out to Jerry Remy. Ball game over. The Red Sox win. They take game 2. Eckersley the winner. He goes the distance. Larry Gura the loser. He goes the distance. and a tough luck loser, as Jim Rice is the player of the game. He knocked in all 3 Red Sox runs, a 2-run homer in the first, a solo shot, I believe it was the top of the 5th. Our next matchup for Game 3, which we're heading back to Boston, Splittorf versus Louis Tiant, and we'll make some changes with the managing style of the Royals. I mean, they were an ultra-aggressive team, but I just don't think Clint Hurdle would have been running on Freddie Lynn. All right, let's go to the box score, if I can remember how to do. Oh, yeah, we got to go back a day. Oh, we got to go back 2 days. Okay. All right, before we go to the box score, Bart Ewing says, good game. We're going to check out the managing thing, Bart. If you want, Bart, you could do another lineup. That was fun. I appreciated your participation. Thank you very much, Bart. Beatles says, select a team, then select customize manager. As Bart says, I will say, watching the Red Sox was better than the Yankees. Much tougher lineup, 1 through 9. Brian Ritchie, Splittorf versus Tiant will be a good matchup. And again, we're learning about the game. I am enjoying this. If the Red Sox win, we're going to go on and play the Dodgers. If they lose, we'll come up with something else. We'll keep this in our, we're going to learn this game together because it's a free game. And if you want to download it, we can all learn together. And if you find out something, we have Beatles. We're very lucky to have Beatles in the chat. He knows the game pretty well, and he's in communication with the Crash, who's the developer of the game. If that's the right terminology, developer. That's my terminology. I don't know if it's the proper terminology. But we're all learning together. It's been fun. I really do appreciate Brian, Richie, and Herb Pilgrim just jumped in, and Bart Ewing, and Beatles, and Clinton Parks, and everyone else who jumped in the chat. I really appreciate that, especially Bart. He sent me messages. Obviously, he's a Royals fan, and he said this is the way the lineup should be. He'd like it, and we did it, and it was fun. And feel free to do it again, Bart. Well, that was a lot of fun. We're gonna go in and tweak. I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow. We're gonna have an off day for this for tomorrow. Maybe we'll come back tomorrow night with Game 3. But I want to tweak the. I want to learn how to tweak the manager. And then I want to be able to explain it. So, and I can take control of either team. I wish I could have done that. You can't take control. To my knowledge, you cannot take control of another team while the game is being played. I'm going to be honest with you, if I could have taken control, I would have told Clint Hurdle to stop at second. They ran themselves out of a possible big inning. Eckersley was on, and so was Gura. Jim Rice, you can't say it's not realistic with the Jim Rice thing. He was MVP in '78. I mean, he's what got the Red Sox. I mean, go back and look. Obviously, he was the MVP, but their pitching besides Eckersley was not good. Not good. So, all right, let's go to the box score, and thank you very much to everyone. Let me bring that up. Does that come up the box? Yes, it does. I just have to move my head. There we go. Okay. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Beatles says, Al is doing a historical exhibition, and that might be an issue. Yes, I think there's some slight. I wanted to do another one, and I looked, and I said, that's not. There's a few players that I thought I was almost positive should be on the roster, but I don't know when you're doing an exhibition. I found that in a few sim games. Even out of the ballpark, you have to really pay attention when you're doing a historical exhibition. Because sometimes the computer does weird things. Or if you're doing a custom league. But now, out of the ballpark 19, you can actually go in and adjust everyone's lineups. Which, I mean, you could do it before, but it seems easier now. Maybe I'm just better. Maybe I'm paying more attention to that stuff now. So, Rick Burleson for the Red Sox. Red Sox now go up 2-1 and travel back to Boston with a chance to sweep the Royals in Fenway. And it'll be Tiant against Splittorf. Burleson 1 for 4 with a run scored. He walked once. Remy, again, very tough time with lefties in '78. 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. He did have 2 sacrifice bunts, though. Rice, player of the game, 3 for 5, 2 homers, drove in all 3 runs, and he struck out once. And also co-player of the game is Eckersley. We'll get to his numbers in a moment. Yastrzemski, 3 for 5 with a double. Fisk, 1 for 4. He walked once. Freddie Lynn, his struggles against left-handed pitching continue. 0 for 4, and he struck out twice. Evans, still not 100%, even though he wanted to play after the beaning. 0 for 4. Scott, 0 for 4 with a K. Jack Brohammer, 1 for 4 with a double and a strikeout. Red Sox 36 at-bats, 3 runs, all provided by Jim Rice on 2 home runs. 9 hits, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 3 runs batted in, walked 3 times, struck out 6 times. For the Royals, who now have to win 3 in a row, every game's do or die, must-win situation for the Kansas City Royals of 78. Brett, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Clint Hurdle, 1 for 4 with a double and a strikeout. Willie Wilson went in as a defensive replacement for Hurdle and left, did not get an at-bat. Amos Otis, 1 for 3 with a walk. Porter, 1 for 4. He knocked in the only run for the Royals. McRae, the designated hitter, 1 for 3 with a walk. Collins, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Pete Lecoq, 1 for 3. John Wathan came in defensively for Lecoq, then had a drag bunt in the bottom of the 9th for a single, 1 for 1. Freddie Patek, his hot hitting in Game 1 did not turn over to Game 2. He was 0 for 4 with a K, as Eckersley and Gurr were jamming batters left and right and splitting the lumber, that's for sure. And Frank White was 1 for 4. The Royals in defeat, 33 at-bats, 1 run, 8 hits, a double, 1 run batted in, 2 walks, 4 Ks. The tough luck loser, Larry Gurr, 9 innings, he scattered 9 hits. He gave up 3 runs on 2 home runs by Jim Rice, a 2-run blast and a solo blast. He walked 3, struck out 6. He took the loss, complete game. Dennis Eckersley got the complete game victory, co-player of the game with Jim Rice. 9 innings. He scattered 8 hits, only gave up 1 earned run on 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. The big play of the game, Clint Hurdle tried to go first to third. Freddie Lynn threw him out. Instead of having first and second, 1 out, it was man at first, 2 outs. Inning, you ran out of an inning. They did have success stealing on Eckersley after McRae was thrown out. That was more of a McRae hesitation on the ball in the dirt. After that, he stole 2 bases, and George Brett also stole a base, I believe. Didn't Brett have a stolen base? I think he did. Someone else had a stolen base. So that is it, my friends. Let's go to the chat for one last time. I want to say thank you to Beatles Eternally. Thank you to Herb Pilgrim. Thank you to Brian Ritchie, and that's Appa Replay on Twitter. Follow him. He's doing a wonderful job with his 85 Appa tournament, card and dice. Thank you to Bart Ewing, who provided us with the lineup. He's a Kansas City Royals fan, and we're going to go in and tweak a few more things. Not with the lineup. The lineup was fine. I guess Beatles says, I just questioned some of the base running, and Beatles says we can go in and adjust it, and we're going to try and do that. I'll figure it out offline. We want to have fun for everyone. Am I enjoying the Red Sox winning? Yes, I am. But as you watch, I'm saying I wouldn't do that. Again, if I could have held up Clint Hurdle, I would have. And I think we got Clinton Parks. Check out that wonderful channel, Clinton Parks. He has a Red Sox Yankee 1965 National Pastime 3 up. And he had some wild plays, he said. So check that out. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, Clinton Parks channel, I think you should. It's a good channel. So Mr. Utah Mike was in the chat. I missed him. I'm sorry, Mr. Utah Mike, if you're still there. Thank you very much. I think we've got everybody. And I think we're going to come back in a little bit and do a chat with Al. So, see what everyone's up to, what's going on in your retro replays, or just anything. Sports, movies, jokes. The usual banter that makes no sense, but makes us laugh. And it's all good stuff. So maybe be back in about 15 minutes with a chat with Al. Alrighty then. And on that note, once again, thank you very much taking time out to spend some time with me. We're having a lot of fun with this game. This is Strategy Baseball. It's a free download. We're learning the game together. We're lucky to have Beatles. Thank you very much, Beatles. Once again, for providing us with this free game. Finding it, second time he's done it. He did it with Pearson Baseball. This is like the sister of Pearson Baseball, but better, same developer, Crash. Crash is very receptive. Excuse me. Beatles is in contact with him, and he's working on some, I call them glitches. And he's going to be adding Dead Ball. I know there's people out there who are fans of Dead Ball like Beatles. So Beatles says, I have 3 shows tomorrow, so I will have to miss the chat. Well, Beatles, you knock it out of the ballpark, my friend, tomorrow. We want to hear all about it next time. As Beatles says goodnight to everybody. So, health and happiness. I'm going to be back shortly with a chat with Al. If you want to join us, that's a lot of fun. We usually stay on for multiple hours until I get tired or I run out of alcohol. No, I'm just kidding. So, God bless. Don't swing at the curveball in the dirt. Watch out for the big left hook. And as always, peace!